What? Oh no. Right, guys. Before we get into this topic, I just want to say, I am not here to say restore the Snyderverse, fuck James Gunn. I am super excited for James Gunn's DC universe. Superman next year might be my second most anticipated movie of the year. I am a James Gunn fanboy through and through. I love every DC project he's done. I love every Marvel project he's done. I love all the projects he's done before that. Super is fucking hilarious. Now.
Shut up, crime.
Yeah. Now that we've got that out of the way, this isn't a James Gunn hate video or all like that. So, now let me speak. Me and Kyle, over the past year, have noticed that James Gunn has done a certain thing now that he's in charge of DC Studios. It's something that rather annoys us, actually, a little bit. And it's not to do with his filmmaking. It's, not to do with how he runs his studio. It's not to do with who he's casting or anything like that. It is a simple matter of, James, you need to shut your fucking mouth all the time. Look, we've got
that was quite aggressive.
We've got two. Well, there's two examples I want to run by here right now, just so people get the gist of it. Okay, we've had big Green Lantern casting news coming out lately, right? Guess who wasn't saying anything about it, and it's all turned out to be true? James Gunn kept his mouth shut. Just right. A story comes out last week. Oh, it looks like DC might be going for a middle-aged Batman for the Brave and the Bold. James Gunn tweets out, this is complete bullshit. Now, I like that he's doing this, but I dislike that he's doing it as well. He is going to get to a point where people are saying stuff to him and he's not responding, and people are going to think, well, this must happen then because he's not responding. I think it's better now if he just puts out a tweet saying, right guys, I've loved interacting with you all, but I'm going to stop. Because there's a master at doing this, and it's Kevin Feige. And he gets asked questions like that. He's not really on social media, and I think James needs to pull away from that. But in interviews and stuff like that, and he'll always divert it.
Feige.
He'll Feige it, he'll divert it. But yeah, Kyle, what are your thoughts on this? It's something we've been talking about for a while, but I feel like to get our thoughts fully out there, let's make a topic about it. James, I hope you see this. We love you, by the way, but
You just told him to shut the fuck up.
Yeah, but he'd like that. He'd like that.
Yeah. No, I kind of, I agree because, it's almost sort of like bittersweet kind of thing. You like that these things are being sort of, because we hear loads and countless rumors floating through the internet, and especially with AI these days and, fake stories and
Marvel.
hate stuff.
That Denzel Washington one we just talked about could be complete bollocks. It's coming from something which I trust. So maybe not, but could be complete bullshit.
I think this is done in part in a way where it's like he doesn't want to disappoint the fans. You got to look at it that way too. If let's say in Spider-Man No Way Home, Toby and Andrew didn't show up in the film, and we would have been disappointed because that's all we were hearing rumours about, and it flared up, and it's good for marketing and it would have sold tickets, but if it wasn't true, then you're going to leave a lot of people sort of upset and a little angry, I guess. So I get it for that aspect. If it's something wildly outlandish, then okay, James Gunn, just tear it down, I guess. I think I'd be fine with that. But it can't be for literally everything, because it feels like, I get it, you're a
co-CEO.
Of DC Studios now, and you kind of have your hands in everything. But I definitely agree with you, Callum, is that he should just take it back a sec, just just think about it, because you're right. People are going to figure this out. People are going to theorize, and then you're going to spread even more bits and bobs.
Yeah.
Because then, if let's say for example, I don't know, Batman. This is just an example, but let's say Batman is going to show up in the Superman film, and let's say people are hyping it up and talking about it. It's 50-50.
Yeah.
You win or you lose with the whole situation, to be honest.
And James doesn't come out and say anything about it.
Yeah.
And people more will be like, oh, it's going to happen. It's going to happen. It's going to happen.
Yeah.
Or, let's say he is, and James comes out and says, this is complete bollocks. This ain't happening. And then he is in it. People aren't going to trust a fucking thing he says.
I think a good example of when you need to sort of like confirm things when it's not going to show up or whatever is like how I believe it was Matt Reeves confirmed that obviously Batman Bruce Wayne wasn't going to show up in the Penguin show.
Yeah.
That's
I'm fine with that.
I like that. I am fine with that. I would have loved to have seen him pop up, just maybe at the last episode or whatever.
But where the story's going right now, it doesn't seem like it needs it.
It doesn't need it. Yeah, I'm enjoying Penguin for what it is. But that's one thing I'm like, okay, I like that. That's fine. But when it comes to sort of, hiding these things, it's like the big issue with Star Wars. We had, all and the Marvel shows on Disney Plus. You had all these theories, Mephisto in WandaVision, and then obviously like there was a couple of people saying Cal Kestis might show up, and all this other bits and bobs in the Star Wars projects. And none of it happened, and people were left disappointed. I get where James Gunn's coming from, I do. But at the same time, I do agree with you. He needs to hold his tongue just a bit.
Yeah.
He just needs to word it differently,
and
swerve through the question.
Maybe not, maybe not just stop completely. Just maybe right up until the release of Superman, just start taking more and more and more steps back.
Yeah.
But I can imagine as well, it must be infuriating 1 year ahead of a studio, the creative part of it, and people are spreading lies out there, and you just want to go, no, that ain't right. You want to put them in the place right away and go, no, that ain't true. I get that as well. I do get where he's coming from, but from our perspective, because we are in this world, we see movie news every day, and when he comes out and shoots something down, it's like, alright, that's good. I trust James Gunn. I've got no problem with him shooting stuff down. It's just more of the fact that now that he is the head of the studio, people are taking what he says as gospel, and it is. So I just want him to take a step back, because it can leave some of that mystery there, We can have more open.
We're not saying step back from CEO or anything like that.
No.
Step back from talking
social
about
media,
Twitter, just to clarify.
And maybe every now and then when he's, let's say Superman comes out, they're doing the press junket and he's getting asked questions there, right? And then he can navigate around them in the way that Kevin Feige does. I remember Deadpool and Wolverine. Kevin Feige gets asked, who's the anchor bean of the 616? Obviously, the MCU. That's going to wind some people off, but that's what Feige calls his Marvel Cinematic Universe. That was the question that was asked. And instead of going, I can't tell you that, he sits there and he goes, I'm really glad that you asked me that question, because we came into this film with this concept of anchor beans, me, Hugh, and Ryan, and we wanted it to be a big part of the story going forward, and I'm really glad that you asked me that. Answered the question without fucking answering the question. Genius.
Do you know what else I think is fucking genius as well? Is you remember when Deadpool and Wolverine, they were still shooting it, and there was, there were all these set photos and leaks coming out.
Ryan.
And a lot of them were fake, and then Ryan Reynolds comes out and he just he puts a load of fake ones in there. Like he takes the leaked set photos and he just starts putting in random shit like the Predator and all sorts. That's the best way you can do it. I think, again, I love James Gunn for why he does it.
We can't say it enough in this video. We love James Gunn and we are so excited for his DC universe.
But for the long term, it's not going to do him any favours.
No, it's not. Because when there's something big that he needs to hide, and he don't say out about it, or he does say something about it, it's going to be like, he's putting himself in this sticky situation, and we love him. And I think he should just take a step back from the social media. It was great when he was a director and he was interacting with the fans. But now that he's overseeing an entire universe, I think he, but like I say, I'm not telling him what to do. This is what I'd want him to do. But at the end of the day, he's going to do what he wants to do. And James Gunn is by far more successful than I'll ever be. So who am I to tell him to take a step back from social media? So, yeah.
I mean, we're all human,
Yeah.
Humans aren't perfect, so, it is what it is. But James Gunn is, like, near enough close to being the perfect.
Don't you're gonna wind some people up there, Kyle? You're gonna.
No, I'm saying he's a fantastic guy. He's genuinely one of my favorite directors of all time. He just every time I go to
devastated when he got fired from Marvel.
Yeah.
But came back, but it turns out it was probably the best thing for him because he is no one I would rather have running DC Studios than James Gunn.
Yeah, and like we say, we're super excited for his James Gunn Super
James Gunn.
Super James Gunn, yeah. You heard it here first. No, but when they killed off the Snyderverse and everyone was shitting on James Gunn and
I was sad that the Snyderverse died. But I'm also not going to say that's James Gunn's fault. James Gunn was given the tools of like, right, there you go. We want, I'm pretty sure the instructions were from DC as well. We want something fresh. Start fresh. Go in there and just, we want Marvel-esque. But different or better. And so, look, I'm excited for Superman. I'm excited for everything he had on that slate, the Gods and Monsters slate. So, I can't sing this man enough praises apart from get a fucking Twitter or Threads or whatever it is you use.
I mean, when he did the video though, going through the Gods and Monsters stuff, I think that's the best way you can do it.
To interact with the fans. Yes.
Yeah, it's a good premise. It's a good way to sort of like let people know that we're still doing things. We're here behind the scenes. That's people love that stuff. It's just when you shoot down things and. It can lead into these other things. Like you say, it can get people thinking, oh, he's not talking, so that must mean it's true.
Well, with all the Lantern stuff were happening with Josh Brolin, is it Kyle Chandler? The guy who's been cast as Jon Stewart. He didn't mention a thing. Now, I kind of get that as well, because that's people's careers. He's always said he'll never mention anything about casting or all like that, but then, with all the story stuff, he's mentioning stuff about story, which is stuff I'd rather him not talk about. It's like, because you say no to one thing, you say no to too many things, and people can kind of put together, well, this must be what's happening then. If you're not doing that, you're not doing that, you're not doing that. You're clearly going in this direction. So, yeah. Or maybe I'm just being an idiot.
No, I think you're onto something here. I really do believe. But again, we both agree we love James Gunn, and I'm super excited for his Superman film.
We need someone needs to do a cut. Someone needs to do a cut through this video of how many times we love James Gunn. I love James Gunn.
Yeah, no, we're massive fans, and we're so excited for his DC universe, and we're going to be there opening night for all these films. We're just fanboys, and we kind of hope if James Gunn ever sees this, it's like we just want him to like hear us out, hear what we're saying. You could agree, disagree, whatever, that's fine. But yeah.
Anyway, James Gunn, where's my tickets to Superman? I want them now.
I want to now.
IMAX Dunkirk, still see you there much. Right, guys. That'll do us for today. Kyle, before we go, anything you want to add? Wow, wasn't that a great video? Would you agree, Kyle?
Yes, you should definitely give us a thumbs up if you enjoyed.
We are now late night TV talk show hosts who say subscribe to our channel after video because we are cool.
Oh, fuck yeah, that's kind of what we're doing, aren't we?
Mate, just commit to it.
Oh, no.
But don't commit, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Right, thanks for watching.
Yeah.